Alright guys, let's learn about a tank on the start of the movie Fury. I haven't seen Fury.
It's August
I don't know what
22nd,
it's about.
1917.
I just
World
need Nick
War
Fury.
I, and an attack is underway near Ypres. Supporting the British infantry are several of the new cutting-edge Mark IV tanks.
AKA toasters on
The
wheels.
battlefield is covered
On
in mud
treads.
and pitted with craters.
My great grandpa actually used to make made tank treads during World War One. There are some treads at the old house he used to live in. I think they rotted away by now. No one knows what happened. I don't know what happened to them. They're all
One of the
out
tanks,
exposed to
named
nature.
Fray Bentos, is slowly advancing. Walking alongside his tank is Captain Donald Richardson. In the open, under fire, he communicates directions to the driver, who has terrible visibility
Oh,
navigating
yeah.
treacherous terrain.
In the fucking
The
mask.
advancing Fray Bentos manages to take out a German machine gun, and there's a cheer
Yay.
inside the tank as they lumber towards
I mean,
more of the
it
German
must have been
guns.
fucking cramped.
Still outside the tank, under heavy fire now, Richardson is hit in the leg.
Uh-oh.
Unable to continue leading the tank, he is forced to retreat back inside Fray Bentos. With all the crew inside now, the driver, George Hill, is hit and falls out of his seat.
Uh-oh.
The tank trundles on with no one
Oh,
steering.
shit.
Realizing the danger, Richardson tries to grab the controls, but it's too late. And
Oh,
the tank veers
crap.
and slides down to a deep crater. The Mark IV jolts to a halt, stuck fast in the mud of Passchendaele. The crew of 9 are now
Now
trapped in
it's
the
a
middle of no
fortress.
man's land during one of the most ferocious battles of the war. Surrounded by Germans, their actions and their tank will become legend.
That guy's in the mud.
Sergeant Robert Misson and Lance Corporal Ernest Brady step outside to see what they can do and, if possible, release the unditching gear. Mark IV tanks carried a large beam covered in sheet metal that could be attached
Smart.
to the tracks and dragged underneath the tank to get it unstuck. While working, they hear the sounds of bullets on armor.
Oh,
The Germans
fuck.
aren't just close, they're 30 yards away.
Oh, shit.
Misson dashes back inside Fray Bentos, narrowly escaping the hail of fire. Lance
That guy
Corporal
isn't
Brady
so lucky.
isn't so lucky. He's on the other side of the tank, working to attach the unditching beam. Caught by enemy fire, he falls in the mud,
Oh.
never to rise.
Yeah, he did.
Inside the Mark IV is cramped and hot, but that's the least of their worries. The crew must contend with a constant stream of bullets, bombs, and heavy artillery. Unfortunately for them, they are also at the risk of
Oh,
friendly
yeah,
fire.
that's not good.
The men are sitting in a high-tech gold mine. The Mark IV offers better protection than most of the technology at the time. The tank was a recent military development in warfare, and the Allies would rather blow the crew out of the mud than gift a secret weapon to the Kaiser. To make matters even worse, the main tank guns are at the wrong angle
Ah,
and can't be used to blast the Germans. So, the men must rely on whatever's around weapons-wise to fight back. A grim situation, lightened just a little by the name of the tank, Fray Bentos. Captain Richardson named his Mark IV after a brand
Oh my
of
God.
canned meat that was popular at the
Ew.
time.
I don't like canned food. It doesn't agree with me unless it's soup. Canned soup is the only food that doesn't disagree with my stomach.
Meat surrounded by
Some-
metal. An ironic joke to inspire the men in time of war.
I mean, what the fuck even is corned beef?
The Germans push their attack, and a soldier manages
How do you
somehow to get a
corn
grenade into
a
the
beef?
tank itself.
Oh, fuck! Throw it back out!
After what must have been a heart-stopping few seconds, the crew grab the grenade and toss it out again. Incredibly, the men are holding off the Germans with only their handheld weapons. Metal bounces off the tank during these fierce exchanges, injuring the crew further.
Oh,
Of the
no!
8 brave souls that remain, 7 have been injured by shrapnel. How
Shit.
much longer can they withstand not only the German onslaught, but shelling from their own side? The hours pass as this extraordinary standoff continues. The hours then turn into days of heavy fighting, with the Germans attacking
Do they have
and the
anything
plucky
even
crew
there?
forcing them back again and again. As the days dragged on, they were forced to drink water from the radiator.
Ew.
Desperately hot by day and exhausted and freezing by night, the Fray Bentos boys spent an agonizing 3 days and 2 nights repelling the enemy. Completely exhausted and realizing that no help was ever going to come,
Oh,
they
boy.
had to finally face the fact that they were on their own, and that if they were to stand a chance of survival, they were going to have to make it across no man's land. Crossing no man's land was a deadly undertaking, and the crew knew that the British infantry would shoot anything moving coming from the German positions. Richardson decided the best bet was for the men to leave the Mark IV one at a time, starting with Sergeant Misson. He had the most dangerous job of all, crawling across the British lines in order to warn them not to open fire. His body stiff and aching, Misson ran the gauntlet, sliding on his belly through the mud of Passchendaele, bullets and explosions falling all around him. He was a sitting, or rather crawling duck for anyone with an itchy trigger finger. After many close calls, covered in mud, he managed to get close enough to shout to the British lines and warn them he was on their side. Once he'd made it across and warned the British not to open fire, it was the turn of Captain Richardson and the surviving crew to start the perilous crossing. They elected to drag their Lewis guns along for the trip, so they wouldn't be seized by the enemy. To their relief, they made it over the lines and were finally out from under the Germans.
Good.
The Passchendaele campaign had started in late July and wouldn't end until November. Thankfully, the Fray Bentos boys were free from the carnage.
Did they
They'd
even
endured
blow up the
more than
tank?
60 hours in a situation so perilous it's difficult to imagine. Captain Richardson and his team received medals for gallantry. The Military Cross went to Richardson and Hill. Misson and Maury were awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal. Arthurs, Binley, Budd and Hayton were given the Military Medal. This made them the most decorated tank crew of World War I, an honour they richly deserved.
What happened to the
You
tank?
wouldn't know the details of this astonishing story of courage under fire were it not for a discovery made in 2017.
They found the tank!
The Tank Museum in England holds archives
No,
of
they
those
didn't find the
serving in
tank.
World War I, and to their surprise, they discovered in their archives Sergeant Misson's personal written account of what took place. One of the more attention-grabbing pieces you can see there is a protective mask made
That
partly from
thing.
chainmail, designed to repel shrapnel.
Not a bad
There's
idea.
also a Mark IV tank on display so visitors can get up close to the legendary vehicle itself.
I just want to drive one of those.
After a short recovery, Captain Richardson went back to the front and continued the fight. Climbed aboard another tank and rolled into the Battle of Cambrai. Its name? The Fray Bentos II. We hope you liked this video. Please comment below and let us know what you think. Thank you.
I would figure out what the hell happened to the Fray Bentos. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, they scrapped it. I will see you guys in the next one. Later.